So if you fear this kind of a world which is in front of your screen, in that case, we are right now here. What I'm trying to depict here is a real human being is conversation with a bot, having a discussion and saying, I love you, Priya. And obviously, Priya is the fictional character here. It does not relate to anyone who is living or alive or dead. And the conversational bot, if I talk about, which is OpenAI, is saying, I love you too. And human being is feeling, okay, the real human being is talking. And I think this is what a true love is. Well, this is what we are going to discuss in this video. We are going to discuss in detail what is ChatGPT and how it is impacting the world around us. So recently, OpenAI released something which is known as ChatGPT, which we are going to have a demo also, where we can see we are asking question and it is giving responses like the previous slide I've shown you. It feels like we are actually having a conversation with a human being. And why this is happening? Because they have done a thorough research. They have built a model which can replicate what a typical, or I would say what a conversation we are going to have with a human being. Now, obviously, I have given a subheading, AI is overtaking the world. So we are going to also discuss the limitations of it, what are the use cases of it, and where it is going to actually lag. So again, you don't have to worry about it. So let's first of all try to understand what is ChatGPT. And first of all, this answer which I have on the screen was given by ChatGPT. I did not write it. So you can understand the ground reality here. Like, it has given the answer to the question which it is built on. So as it is saying, ChatGPT is a large scale state-of-the-art language processing developed by OpenAI. Again, it's a very big definition if I talk about, but if we have to learn it, we have to understand what actually it means and how it is impacting. Now try to understand one thing which is very important here. Generates text in a way that mimics human language. So right now, if you'll ask me a question, Avinash, what is this? I'll answer this in a human way, or I would say I'll actually think about it and I'll answer it. If you'll ask me, Avinash, what will be the weather tomorrow? I'll look into the sky and I'll say probably right now it is sunny, so tomorrow probably it will be sunny. So this is a human conversation, the conversation which we have with our friends, the conversation which we have with our family members. But now, it is mimicking a human being. So what is happening here? You can see a human being is saying, I love you, Priya. Again, Priya is a fictional character. And the bot, artificial intelligence bot is reminding that I love you too. And it is depicting, or I would say it is mimicking a real human being while it is not. Try to understand one thing. A human being is talking to a program, if I talk about, where this person is not actually a living individual. So you can imagine next time if you're talking to Priya or maybe someone else, they might be a bot and you may feel like you're talking to a real human being, but they are not real human being. They are actually artificially intelligent bots. So what it is doing actually, it is enabling a human being to feel like, and it is having a conversation. Human being is having a conversation like it is having with the other human being. So this is what it is able to mimic right now. Now let's go into the demo of ChatGPT and try to understand what it is actually capable of doing. But obviously, I would say that you should go there and you should explore your ways of it. I'll show you my examples, which I feel which are correct, and I feel that they can be actually a good example to show in this video. So in front of me, you can see this particular application of ChatGPT, and obviously look into this particular URL. It is chat.openai.com/chat. Now, obviously you need a free account for that. So again, you have to deal with that. But again, that's just kind of a spoiler from my side. Now let's try to understand what it is capable of doing. Let's say I'll ask a very simple question. What is the speed of light? Now, you can see it is giving me an answer, but it does not feel like a human being. It does not feel like a human being. Like, obviously it is a very factual thing. Obviously everyone can do it. But now comes the question. I have said a question. I want to center a div in HTML using CSS. Now, it is actually giving me the answer like how you can actually do that. So you can see it is giving me kind of a container. It has created a container for me, and it has aligned some CSS properties, and this will position div in the center of the parent container, both horizontally and vertically. Now the question is, I can go to Stack Overflow and I can get this answer. The impact here is when I go to Google, I'll actually type the same query on Google. You can see I have so many results. You can see I have so many results. Now I don't know which one is correct. I'll go to this particular website. This is HubSpot. If I talk about, I'll look for the answer if that works for me. I'll go to this free code camp. Again, you can see my battery is low a bit. So you can see they have given me the answer how to center a div here, and I have Stack Overflow. So I have multiple answers. Now I'm a bit confused which one is right for me. But here what is happening with ChatGPT, it has given me the answer. It is saying to center a div, use margin property auto value, and this will automatically adjust all the margin elements of this. So it is actually not giving me the answer. It is also explaining. But the important part is this is not a real human being. This is not Avinash in the end answering your questions. This is someone else. This is an artificially intelligent bot. So you can see it is giving me the answer. Can I ask the same question? I want to center div in HTML using JavaScript. Now let's see if it is able to do that. Now obviously again I'm not going to go into the detailed part of it, and I'll open code editor and do it for you, but you can see what it is trying to do. You can see it is actually writing a piece of code which is helping me center a div using JavaScript. Can I ask the same question? I want to do bubble sort in Go language, Golang. I'm not sure if it will be able to do that, but I feel that it is going to, yeah, you can see it is giving me the code of Go language. Now I'm not an expert of Go language if I talk about, but it has given me the code of Go language. So you can understand what is happening here. I'm having a conversation. Just imagine you have a mentor. Just imagine you have a mentor in Go. I want to learn this, and they will say, okay, this is what you have to do. This is actually what is happening right now. It is actually giving me all the answers which I need, and you can see it is a bubble sort I've asked in the Go language. I want to store user session in Ruby. Ruby is a language if I talk about. Let's see if it is okay. So obviously it has started the process of it, and it is giving me the example, and obviously it is giving me the code as well. Session equals to name, John Doe, John at example, color is this, whatever the preference is, and you can see it is storing session in Ruby language. Let me do a sample code again, like it is giving me a full code which I don't need right now. And let me ask one more question. I want to store session value in Laravel. Laravel is a PHP framework. Let's see. Okay, now it has given me the facade, which is actually a terminology used in Laravel. And again, it's working. It's working. So you can see I'm talking to a person who knows PHP, who knows Go language, who knows JavaScript, who knows CSS, who needs HTML. Now, before giving you the conclusion, let's try to understand why ChatGPT is actually better. First of all, it provides you one single answer, which you can see I have the examples where it was giving me one just single answer. Secondly, it feels like we are interacting with a human being, which is very important. I asked the question related to Go language, I asked the question related to Laravel, I asked question related to JavaScript. So you can imagine it's not possible for a computer to understand, okay, this is JavaScript, this is Laravel, this is PHP, this is JavaScript. So you can understand, you get the point. But the question obviously which I wanted to conclude, does that mean ChatGPT is greater than everything? The answer is no, and I'll let ChatGPT know you why. So I went ahead and I asked what are the limitations of ChatGPT, and the answer is provided by the ChatGPT. So like this was provided by the OpenAI ChatGPT. If I talk about, they mentioned its inability to understand the context and meaning of the text it generates. So I'll give you a very simple example. Your mother says I love you. Your crush says I love you. They both have different meaning. Same sentence, different meaning. Mother is loving you because she is your mother. Your crush is loving you because, again, I don't know. I'm just using this example to explain it to you. Like what it means is like it is able to understand the context of it, and the meaning behind that. So you have to use human intelligence to understand, okay, why they are saying this sentence and what is the meaning behind that. Secondly, it simply predicts the next word in a sequence based on word that comes before it. So it will be able to make a prediction based on the previous words it has used. It won't be using any creativity which human beings do. And finally, it is not a replacement for human intelligence or understanding. This is the most important point we have to focus on. How human being works, how human brain works, even humans don't know. Humans are building AI, so if they don't understand how they work, how they will enable AI to work on that. So ChatGPT is not a replacement of human intelligence, it is a substitute for human intelligence. It is actually going to help you do a lot of work. Now, when it comes to the use cases of ChatGPT, I have few examples. Again, the answer was given by ChatGPT. I did not have to do a lot of work. So first of all, virtual assistant. So which is obviously impressive. Let's say I have a meeting tomorrow at 3 p.m. and it will go and it will look into the flight status and it will say, Avinash, the flight is running a 1 hour late. So you can have this time kind of a thing, which is actually a work of a virtual assistance. If I talk about then chatbots, we all understand what chatbots are. If you have used IRCTC, you can understand what is the importance of chatbot. Language translation, one of the most important point. You can actually go to ChatGPT and you can say, you can use your native language. You can use Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, whatever is your language, and it will try to answer that in that particular language. Text summarization, obviously one of the most important point. You have a huge book, you want to summarize that, ChatGPT is there for you. Then we have creative writing. Creative writing is obviously using some poetry kind of a thing to actually write that, and generating response to user input. So if a user has a certain question, it is going to get the response for us. Now the biggest question is ChatGPT the ultimate thing, or do we have some alternatives as well? Like, again, I'm not going to question the how powerful they are, but we do have those examples. So we have Amazon Alexa, we have Apple Siri, we have OK Google. So what they do, if I say, okay Google, what's the temperature right now? So obviously Google will go into it, it will understand that I'm living in this certain locality, and it will find out what is the temperature there. I'll say, okay, play something on Spotify, it will go there to Spotify and it will pick something randomly and it will start playing that. So what it is doing, actually understanding human what they are trying to understand or maybe asking, and obeying to that. So this is what overall ChatGPT is, the hyped technology if I talk about right now. But you have to understand, this is where we are moving. This is where artificial intelligence is moving. But the ultimate question, will it take away my job? If you're not creative, yes, then it will take away your job.